Alrighty, guys, Atlanta Spaceship, as Kevin just stated, in our sixth game here. 4-1 is a series in the top left corner, more of like the newness position. It's going to be Creator's very own, or Prime's very own Creator. Let's go ahead and mix that up, eh? In that bottom left corner, of course, Western Wolves. Very proud of him. It's going to be Sting. Probably one of their better players on the team. He's really, really good. Starting to make a name for them. Great pickup for Western Wolves, and let's see what he can do here.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where Western Wolves goes from here. Obviously, a notable acquisition here. Sting has, of course, had a pretty good run recently, obviously winning IEM. Then, we'll see what he can do at major events afterwards. Of course, beating Lenok, even in an online event in a best-of-9, is no small feat. And certainly congratulations for him, to him for doing that. But Creator Prime is making pretty quick work of our Western Wolves Terran player this set.
He wants some money. He was talking to Hyun. He was like, hey, you made all this money? Where'd you make all that money? Oh, yeah. Dang, I ate a lot of Korean barbecue. This stuff is so good.
Yeah, Hyun ended up making $7,300 off of Fight Club.
That's a couple of nice TVs, man.
Yeah,
that's a good hit. That's a good hookup. So probe now on the way. Good big scouting information here. You can try and get an idea of what exactly Sting is going for. Proxy Rex is possible on this map, but it won't be happening, it looks like, as we can tell from Sting. But Creator wants to make sure that he is on top of his game, and I could definitely applaud him for doing so. So here we go. Probe will be scouting very, very soon.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to be able to be as macro-minded as possible. Now, as a Protoss player, it is risky for you to Nexus first. It's much more safe to put down that second pylon, that assimilator, because you can always cut gas, even though your Nexus is going to be a little bit delayed, as he is going to pick up on a command center first here, and inevitably, he's not going to mine anything. Yes, indeed, he hasn't sent anything over to this assimilator. He's going to save up to 400 minerals as quick as possible.
Yeah, and two SCVs are actually brought down once again to deal with just one probe here. That one probe in game number 2 really set up Creator overall throughout this whole entire series. So expansion now on the way, and this is one of those maps, man, where we'll kind of just sit back and we chill a little bit, talk about the players and their personalities and all that fun stuff. We fill time with how awesome they are as people.
You know, speaking of personalities of players, Creator Prime is an exceptionally patient player.
Yeah, you can tell that from his play.
And he's also very young. And this guy is only going to get better over the next couple of years. I am frightened to think of how good Creator is going to be in about a year's time.
Yeah, it was when I was watching IPL Attack, actually, too. The second one, you were casting with Doa. And Doa was just saying, man, this guy's so young, he's going to be so good. And I mean, Doa, completely correct, man. He really put it spot on when it came to Creator. And he's just getting better, as you mentioned. Every time I watch an engagement, when I watch him, I'm always amazed in terms of what he's doing. The only time that I think this whole entire series that he's been a little off is on Ohana when he had some Zealots behind some Stalkers. Yeah. But other than that, he's always done the right things. He's done the basics. The basics are perfect for him every time. And to be a great player, you got to have the basics down. And Creator, I mean, he shows it like no other.
Oh, yeah. Definitely agreed. Now, Sting is, I mean, obviously caught between a rock and a hard place. He's got to win 4 in a row in order to take this set. But I wonder what he's going to do now. He's played 5 games and he's had 5 totally distinct strategies. So this time he decides to command center first into 3 racks. We saw him command center first into 4 racks before. We saw him command center first into a little bit of pressure a bit ago too on Antigua Shipyard. So this is something that's a little bit different to us. And actually is quite a normal Terran build.
Yeah. This is the only game that he won, actually, was the one that he played Standard in, the Antigua Shipyard one, where he actually, opened Standard, of course. He went the 3 racks into the Tech Lab reactor. So maybe he's going to do that this game. He was like, okay, I'll just play regular TVP. We'll see how it goes from there. And I can perfectly stand behind him. I mean, that's how he got his first win. Third Nexus already on the way here for Creator, and this is actually a really early Nexus. Now, of course, it's okay on a bigger map like this. As long as it's not scouted, the SV does come in and find it. So we'll see what Sting's going to do. If any tendency, if anything that yells Sting, we might just see a really crazy 2-base push, but it's really hard to pull off on this map.
It is hard to pull off on this map, and I almost feel like Creator's trying to bait him into doing that.
That's actually a good idea.
Because that's what, I have nothing to back that up, of course, other than the fact that Creator, and look at this, he sees it and puts down 2 more barracks afterwards. Sting is going to make a big play on this 3rd base, and I almost feel like Creator's saying, all right, I've defended everything you've thrown at me. I know you like to be aggressive. Well, here's a big juicy target for you. Get ready to run into a ton of forces.
Did he finish the concussive shells? I actually didn't see. I saw like in production. I don't know if he canceled it. He went straight for Stim-Pack.
Let's see. Come on. No,
he canceled concussive shells and went straight Stim-Pack here. So all in, be all in here. He just wants to straight up Stim got his way in and just kill everything.
Oh, Creator is
Raider.
He's doing the Gateway Nexus into 8-gate that Parting used to do like way long ago. This is awesome. He totally baited this out.
So smart.
It's 7 gates for now. We'll see if he adds on any more after this, but it's still, in essence, it's going to be the same concept.
I'm appalled. Like, so smart, man. Like, the mind games that's happening. Which is Creator, I feel like. He's just like... I feel like he's controlling Sting. Sting is his puppet. Like, he's literally saying, okay, so I'm going to do this, and you should do this, because I know who you are. And Sting just does it. It's such a sight to see. But will Creator hold this? Of course, this is a strong push coming from Sting, of course. Stim Pack is something that you can't really underestimate. It's something that can do a lot of damage, and suddenly you have no units, and you're like, what? I thought I was going to hold this. Zealot's couple of sentries are being warped in as well. And he's actually getting on the aggressive here, and I like that. It's a little bit easier to defend if you're fighting on their home turf. As you pull back, you can, of course, get more units and respond to their competition better. So here we go. Creator is going to be moving forward here with this really strong push as well.
Boy, he already has a lot of units on the map, too. And looks like Creator just going to move this probe down around the side, and that'll allow him to stage up his units through the middle. Very cool stuff. And he's even going to get the pylon down, too. So this is a lot of units coming in for Creator now. This is a lot of economy he already has on the map. And looks like he is going to try and fight here in the middle. A few force fields sectioning off that army from Sting, and he takes some losses without grabbing any units in return.
Yeah, those force fields are actually worth it because he has a third base.
No bunkers.
His opponent's on 2 base, has no bunkers. Any units he can get free energy is really, really good for him because they'll be able to outproduce him no matter what. So, nice force fields there from Creator, and he will start moving forward here. Stalkers will be leading the charge, and looks like he might pop in. He's going to wait for a pylon to finish up, it looks like, as he is supply blocked at the moment, but he's wanting to get aggressive. You can tell he's getting antsy.
Now, when this first happened from Parting, I'll talk about that later now, as it looks like Creator is going to engage. At the moment, he actually force fields off the ramp to prevent any reinforcements from coming in. A few more force fields go down. Those weren't the best, though, as the range units were still doing damage to the Zealots. The next warpman is going to come in now. Oh, and those were much better force fields. He traps a lot of Marines and ends up dealing with a considerable amount of them.
Yeah, he needs to kill these Marines and he needs a backup. These sentries and stalkers are so valuable at the moment. And the custom shells, actually, it looks like it was done with after Stim Pack. He engages once again. The Zealots are in the back. And here we go, moving forward at the moment once again as well.
Look how many resources that Creator has accumulated. He could just drop down 1 million Zealots here in a second. I'm really surprised he actually didn't go for the 8-gate version of this. The 7-gate version, I think, was a little bit too conservative, and I think he would have just outright won the game already by now. Had he gone for the 8-gate, there would have been an additional 4 or 5 Zealots at that point, and probably would have been enough to be able to push his opponent home. As it stands, it's still incredibly effective. He's contained his opponent. Sting's now on 1 base to his opponent's 3, and as you can see, Creator putting down that Forge. Twilight Council out of this.
Do a double Forge. Do a Creator, man. That's what I want to see with a double Forge down. That's what he always does, but he's content with only having 1 Forge here. And he does kill off whatever infrastructure is left here at the Natural. He's going to go and pull back and just essentially have a soft contain.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely fine. He's up 2 bases now to his opponent. I mean, there is an orbital in there, but of course it's not mining. And at this point, he can essentially just do whatever he wants, as long as he's not like super greedy and pays attention to what's going on the map.
It was weird, because there were a few things there. When Parting, what I was going to say before the engagement happened was, when Parting started this, it was designed to hit before, or just as those first 2 medevacs were popping out. But at a moment when the Terran army was basically as weak as it would ever get for that stage of the game. Because they've invested in so much, the medevacs are on the way, right at that 9.5-minute mark, something like that. You pressure them with 8 gates and you're able to overwhelm them. Now, at the same time, as Sting actually drops in here from the side, Sting had more barracks up, which means he actually had a better chance of fighting that off. But the problem was that he had no bunkers anywhere to be found.
Yeah, it was essentially 2 hammers hitting each other, but it looks like he's going to keep pushing on here. Stalkers, alright, Trouble 3 Stalkers are going to go down. They actually weren't doing much damage to trade off there. Zealots are warped in, and it looks like Sting's going to go ahead and pick up and leave, but that was a nice little drop there. I think he got a probe or 2 in terms of kills, but can we pull up the Workers Guild count, actually?
19, 1 probe. He killed 1 probe.
19 were killed for Sting here. Sting actually lost 19 hours in the last engagement. Can we pull up the units tab?
Yes.
I want to check out 68 to 42. So he's climbing his way back up, but he's so far behind. I mean, any person that watches StarCraft will know what's what's unfortunately happening to Sting here. He's got to make something happen some way, and that drop is a first step, but I need a couple more steps for me to feel a little bit more comfortable for him.
I like the command center. Yeah. I think it's an appropriate risk at this stage of the game because he needs to do something, but the problem is that at this point, his tech is actually not all that much better than his opponent's. Usually this is a big tech all-in if you do it the true parting style, which is, you know, just outright aggression and go, 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 go. Because you don't have the ability to recover, your opponent can just out-tech you and get a massive advantage and kind of pick you apart. But in this case, Sting has been so contained that he's not able to get out on the map with anything, and so his tech advantage has been completely nullified because now Creator himself has already moved into Templar tech and Storm's about to finish.
Well, he's going to push in here and try and kill some pros. He has a lot of medevacs here, so his escaping is actually pretty nice. There's not a lot of stalkers on the ground. He decides to go ahead and just try and run away. Actually, wouldn't mind him picking up with all the medevacs there, but loses, what, 6 monitors there for 4 or 5 pros, like tops? Zealot aggression coming on the side too. Creator's just kind of all over the place because he can afford to be.
Exactly, and you know, that engagement was just very uncomfortable for Sting up in the top right. He's even going to get a couple more Marauders. Okay, gets one more, but can't quite finish off the one that was at 7 HP. This engagement was very uncomfortable because there were so many force fields up at the front. You were exactly right. There weren't that many Stalkers there. Sting could have ducked back in, picked up those units, and gotten out of there with very minimal losses.
Well, he's going to follow up in the double engineering bay. What's the exact upgrades right now for our Protoss player Creator?
Oh, Protoss. He's going to +1 weapons, +2 armor right now.
Okay, so he's going to have an upgrade advantage. Just now, Sting has a possibility of starting his upgrades, and he hasn't even started yet. There's that drop thing I was trying to talk about earlier. But right now, Creator's ahead. Economy, ahead in upgrades, and most would say that he's pretty much ahead in army. Like,
yeah,
it's a situation that is very dire here for Sting. Of course, this is the last game. He's going to fight tooth and nail here, but he's got to get good engagement. There's actually engagement happening right there in the middle of the map. Oh gosh, it's just chasing back and forth because Creator can do it. He can have units chase and have someone just sitting on a third in case he picks up in the roads anywhere else.
All right, and it looks like Sting is going to get out of there one more time, but you can see Creator's preparing an attack. At the same time, he's got a perfect anti-drop defense. I mean, he's at 183 supply with good upgrades. Now, of course, he doesn't have any other alternate tech paths available to him. There's no robotics facility even. There's no Stargate, nothing along those lines. So this is purely gateway compositions, but so many Protoss players have been favoring that anyway.
Wow, I didn't even look at the supply, man. 200 to 140, that's quite painful. Hopefully this...
Oh, and supply blocks.
The small sim city can work from... Oh, the Stormy just sits in it? Oh, that is so painful. That hurts so bad. There's just Zealots here. The main army's not even in the fight quite yet, and it's just this small ragtag group of Zealots are destroying Sting right now. And finally, the rest do make it. He's going to go ahead for a base create and counterattack, taking out pylons. This is a nice choice as well. Makes reinforcing a lot harder here, but this is really, really hard here for Sting. He's going to do his best, though.
Yeah, I mean, because he's getting overrun back at home, and if this army gets cleaned up, then that is going to be it. Sting only with a couple of units left, and he's actually moving back far enough so we can pick up out of there. He's down to just 4 Marauders, down to 50 supply. There's GG. Creator Prime has won the set 5-1. He takes Fight Club, and he is now your new reigning champion.
Wow, well, congratulations to Creator. That was actually a spectacle to watch. The amount of mind games, the amount of strategy, the amount of just picking apart his opponent was really, really cool. And just congratulations to him. I'm actually hoping that he stays at Fight Club for a while here so we can just watch him dissect people. Like, it's really cool.
What I really want now is someone, I don't know if it's going to be Creator, I don't know who it's going to be, but I want someone to go on a Hyun-like run so that sometime in the middle of the summer we can do this big promo where it's just like, he's back.
Yeah, that's right.
And then we unveil Hyun and we have the biggest showdown in StarCraft 2 history.
Creator Club has a bit of a ring to it.
Creator Club.
Creator Club, CC.
Like it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that is going to be it for us tonight. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show. We're going to be back tomorrow with more IPTL. It's going to be Premier Division action. Not sure who the teams are offhand, but we'll certainly be tweeting that out. So follow the IGNProLeague on @IGNProLeague on Twitter for all of that information. We'll certainly let you guys know what our scheduling is going to be. But, of course, it was a pleasure casting with you, Tim.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
really
your
cool.
very first official IPL broadcast. This guy's our newest employee here, though, so follow him on Twitter. I want everyone right now to go out and follow him on Twitter. He is @RobinTivo.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, again, don't be afraid to ever send me feedback or anything that applies to anyone, people that are watching, of course, anyone here at IPL. Really, really important for me that I help IPL grow as a brand because I want it to be the best, man, and we're definitely going to get there, no problem whatsoever. So, again, thank you very much for watching, and again, I am Tim Frazier, and then, of course, again, thanks, Kevin Naki.
Yep, no problem. So we'll see you guys later. Have a great night.